Welcome to Gunyama Park, where we have tonight an over 35s tasty match between Locomotive Cove in their light blue. You may not know this, they have been called after the Cove of Sydney FC, and that is the reason they are wearing the light blue colours throughout the years. Now we do have the Glebe Gorillas in red playing from right to left. Referee is ready. The lights are quite flashy here. I don't know if you could see that in the corner. One of the guys, Alan, on the Loko side said it was like a Prodigy concert when he was in goals last. Now we'll bring you the first half until I'm needed on the field, and I'll try and keep my comments as professional as possible. This video is sponsored by Awake Water, the finest structured water in New South Wales. You can purchase Awake Water at awakewater.earth, and if you use the code FUTSAL, you can get a free bottle on your first purchase. A bottle costs $15.50 and it will be delivered to your door for free. Remember, you are 70 to 90% water. You'd be silly not to drink Awake Water. We are ready with our referee, who I believe is from Holland, flown over for this game tonight on a Friday. Beautiful Friday in Sydney. It's been sunny all day. It had been rainy last week and cold before that. Akeem does well. Donny takes a touch, plays it back to Scotty, who's got guys running outside him, and that might link up with the right wing. That is Dan, the coach and manager of the Gorillas 35s, and he's playing in the far corner. Comes back out, will be won by Red under a bit of pressure to Brian O'Rourke, who's playing centre back. It's his newfound position with the Gorilla 35s. Back to Akeem, looking for options. He's got Johnny O'Driscoll, one of our sponsors from Kilmac Civil, playing left back for the Gorillas 35s. He is a solid player and he put in a huge effort last Friday in the battle against Coogee. We did lose that one. Bouncing towards Bruce. He gets the favour of the bounce. Donny, actually, he's ahead of the ball. Will throw it in, and it's an excellent throw towards Pat. Keeper comes out and claims it well for Loko. Straight to Alan, who is their coach. The Loko got taking a touch here on the wing past Johnny. He's taking contact twice there, and referee rightly blows it up and gives him a free kick for one of those attacks. I will go through a list of the team names very, very shortly. Number 2 for Loko, as we prepare to have Alan, the number 6, take this free kick from the right-hand side. Number 2 is Kevin Collins. David James Marshall is number 4. We will have a look at this free kick. Put in by Alan towards the edge of the box, cleared out by a red head towards Patrick. One solidly at the back, but not too far away. Ends up with Bruce on the right hand side. He's got no options at all. Now he does. Plays it back to Dan, who scuffs across, and it doesn't connect really well. It is difficult to do. There are many different types of synthetics that these guys play on, and it's hard to get under the ball, to be honest. Al did well to win or to cross in that free kick earlier, but you see when the ball is rolling, it is quite difficult. Another tasty ball on the right hand side. Can't be connected between Gaz and Dan Butternick, who I mentioned is the gaffer for the Gorillas 35s, and it will be a throw-in for Locomotive Cove on the far side. Number 5 is Hello Roja. Number 6, as we mentioned, the stalwart for Loko, the gaffer, a player, a keeper when needed, Alan. And he doesn't like playing here particularly because of the flashing lights of recent anyway, as Donny goes into a battle there, wins the next one, or Johnny does, and plays an excellent ball outside of his boot to Bruce, who does slip. I didn't see a free kick, even though the referee was better placed than me. Swanee, who was warming up excellently, plays it in to Gaz in the middle, or to Dan I should say. Swanee goes forward, looking to Gaz in the middle, tries to go past the full-back does well, and we have the first corner of the game to the men in red, the Gorillas A team. There's really no time to go through a list of the teams. It's all action here at the moment, and it is a free corner. Will be put in by Dan. He's got 6 bodies in or around the box. Over the keeper's head towards Akeem. Finds Gaz at the back post. Puts a delightful ball. Nobody in the box to receive it. Patrick takes a good touch. Possible handball shout there. Tries to go past one. Air strike there from Swanee. You hear the shout from Brian. It's just all red bodies putting on good pressure. They had a good warm-up. Number 7 for Loko is Donald Brady. Harry Antonakis is number 9 as the Gorillas break down the far side, and that ball goes into a tree and might have hit a gorilla, a different type of gorilla. Number 10 is Jamal Bukaboot. That's more of a Canadian way of pronouncing that, but I'm sorry if Jamal, if I pronounce that incorrectly. Good touch by the centre back for Loko. Swanee finds Patrick coming at speed and slightly bouncing back to Swanee. Links up, but gives away a throw in on the far side. Tom Foley is number 11. Paul Ferguson is number 12. Benjamin Fairfax, we saw coming down the right hand side, is number 14. Luis Romero is number 15. Nick Ostermeyer, as the ball comes back to the keeper, and a good press by Donny and Gaz. Goes past Johnny and can't be read by Scotty in the middle. Got a little pull and Gorillas got away with it, I'd say, but they turned nicely in the middle. Through ball to nobody in particular is cleared out to a blue top, and he's come from an offside position, although it did look like Akeem may have been holding him on in the middle. Number 18 is Edward Langham. Stephen Fox is 19, as we're playing it out between Gaz and Johnny, and if Loko were awake there, they might have had a chance. Gaz takes a little bit of time on the ball. 21 is Sandro Folesa. 22 is Justin Rees, and Damian Abicic is 24 for the Loko team as Akeem plays a long ball. Bruce under pressure. We'll go through the Gorillas teams in a second as the ball goes out of play for Loko. Played about 7 minutes here, 6 minutes. In goals for the Gorilla A team is Andres Barragan Simoes. Number 4, Padraig Blake. Number 5, Brian O'Rourke playing centre back. Scott Aaron Hasselgrave is number 6. Daniel Butternick is number 7. Bruce goes down, didn't see what happened there. Looking at my phone, trying to get the team names. Do you not know these boys, Podge? You play with them all the time. Say nothing there. I don't know their full names. That's my best answer. Comes back and Brian wins an important ball, but it falls to another blue body in the middle. Looks like they're playing 4-3-3 and have had that kind of upper hand in the middle early on. Number 7 is Daniel Butternick, who we mentioned, on the right wing. Donald Corbett, number 8, on the left wing. Bruce Gallagher is number 9 up front. Gavin Burns, my favourite player in the world, is number 10. Dave Cooper is number 11. Possible injury to Dave. We're not sure we'll see a lot from him. Climbing on the back of Bruce there, but Bruce stays down nicely and plays the ball over the full back towards Dan, who does get a touch on it. Still on the ball. Nice play by Butters. Linking up with Swanee. Goes out of play, and you can hear Johnny being frustrated. The number 20, everything will be heard. Number 23, everything will be heard by the camera, Johnny. You watch your mouth. Number 12 is Omar Mehdi. He's a substitute on the far side, as is Eduardo Lelario, number 15, who's carrying a slight knock. Gaz on the ball to Donny, back to Gaz. Johnny making his way down the left-hand side. Gaz might just put it in the box. He does. Tasty ball, but the keeper comes out and grabs that and throws it out to the left-hand side. Obvious handball. Free kick to the Gorillas on the far side. Chris Swan is playing at right back, and he's number 17. Akeem Jackson, number 21, playing centre back for the Gorillas. Johnny O'Driscoll, we just mentioned, is 23, as this ball is put into the box by Butternick. Won again by Loko, who are pretty good in the air. Johnny plays a ball to Pat, who controls it quite well, to be honest. Donny turns under advice from Scotty, it was. Akeem is up there trying to win that out of his centre back position. Swanee trying to win that. Pat plays it nicely, or Alan I should say, falls to Scotty. And number 25 for the Gorillas is Patrick Summerfield. He's on the ball now, plays a nice 1-2. Summerfield, looked like it was a left-footed effort, goes high and wide and into the watching stands, which are apartments just behind the goals. Who's playing on the right back, or in the middle actually, for Loko. We're trying to grab his number now. That's Damian Abicic. Over the head, and Brian wins that. Keeper just calls it. Andreas calms down that whole situation. Rolls it out to Johnny on the ball. Not an easy thing to do when you're left back, playing it the inside of your boot. A long ball, it's going to curl, it really, really is. And Johnny was left in that situation. Donny does need to hug the line a little bit more. Johnny's got a man on. The joys of having a commentator who's also a player who'll give you a slight heads up when needed. Allen on the ball in the middle, linking up, and does link up and looks obviously offside, and the keeper just comes out and takes it. Disperses it down to the far side. Butters on the ball. You can hear the shouts from the Cockneys. Baz Gaz on the ball from Northern Ireland. My favourite player in the world, I've mentioned. Still Burns. Plays it out to Baz on the far side. Links up beautifully with Gaz. Butters on the ball. Gets under it. Not a brilliant cross again. Falls to a blue shirt and looking for options. Goes easily past Gaz. Nice through ball. Keeper shout came from Johnny, who will receive the ball. Get his head up. Donny will need to be on the line, giving him an option. Pat's made a good run, trying to stretch it, and Donny is in that position. Plays it into Pat, who's under a lot of pressure. Looks for it nicely, receives it again. Making the Blues work hard, and that is a free kick. They were working hard there, Loko, and ended up giving that free kick, which is about 10, probably 7 meters outside the box. This is not a regulation pitch. It is a non-official pitch, but we're delighted to play in it. When you are over 35, means a little bit less running. Butters on the ball, looking for options. Excellent set piece, and there is a difference when he's hitting it when the ball is stopped and when he's running on the far side, and he connected well with that one. But Loko are big and strong, and they'll deal with most of that. Gorillas piling forward. Plays it out to the edge of the box. Butters hits it and curls just to the left-hand side, and it can be done, but not with the inside of your boot. You got to hit that with your laces and power it through, and a little bit easier if it's off the ground as well, where you can hit a volley, and neither of those were done to favour Butters, and the ball then was just curled out of play. Loko gets to slow it down again. Donny talking to his men. There's 3 or 4 of the Loko boys up here. Brian calls it, wins it. Sounded like a hand, nothing visible by myself nor the referee, but it breaks with Loko on the far side to Allen. Steps inside. Swanee reads it and luckily enough puts it out of play. Allen stepped inside nicely. You can hear Andreas organising his team. This will be available to view on Podge's Punditry. Nice flick on. I said it's a small pitch, and that will be a corner, I think. Referee does agree. There seemed to be a block on it. I don't know if it's a clash of boots or the ball changed direction, but you just got to deal with it anyway. Decisions don't always go your way. Loko again from set pieces will be strong, they will be good, and they're piling bodies forward. Bruce is left in a 2-on-1 situation up front or at the back, depending how you're looking at it. Allen on the ball. Said yes to Mal, it was won though by Akeem. Pat trying to break and Bruce is just in front of him. Not a call for the ball being out of play, just goes back to the keeper, plays it safely to his centre back. Number 6, out to Abacic. Bruce wins it, can't keep it in play though. He's going at 100 miles an hour, it's difficult to slow it down and take a soft touch at that point. Bruce is an absolute engine. Loko again, throwing it long down the line. Johnny wins the second ball. I think there was a double touch there. I can understand what Loko are saying. Goals favours the Gorillas. Johnny throws it long. He's well able to throw him long. Falls to Gaz. He's looking to break. He's got Allen in the middle, and Al did brilliantly to read that. Always looking to take on the red wingers on the far side, our Loko, and that's your job as a winger, I guess. Battle in the middle, there is contact on his back. There wasn't contact on the ball, could have been seen as a free kick, but we are playing on with Loko kicking the ball out of play on the far side. About 15 minutes played. 45-minute halves, obviously, real football here. A must win for the Gorillas as well. Not alone that challenge there, but this game. Brian, heavy touch. Almost comes through to Jamal, who takes it in the head after a deflection from Johnny, and we just want to see that that player is okay. I believe that's Jamal up front. Donny back to Akeem, takes a heaviest touch. Chest, not a handball. Donny always looking to turn there, and Al read that and he was pulled. I can totally understand his point of view there. Al won the ball and Donny's pulled him, he's gotten away with it. Here to shout Johnny, Johnny, Johnny from Andreas, and there was a man behind him who's gone past him, and a chance for Loko, saved by Andreas, and Gaz got in brilliantly and puts it out for a throw in and wins a throw. Johnny throws it long again, and Patrick is in a rugby match. The State of Origin was on Wednesday. It's continued to Friday night, and Bruce will have the pace. Any contact there can be seen as a cardable offence, you'd imagine. There was a player in the middle. I don't think it's going to be red. Referee doesn't give a card. But Gorillas do have a free kick and Butters will take it. The defender said he ran across me, he got ahead of you and there's contact made. It's not really your intention and it is a cardable offence in my eyes. Butters plays it in back post. Won again by Blue. It's not the answer putting in crosses at the moment. Scotty tries to find Gaz's feet and doesn't, just misses him and comes through to the keeper for Loko. They're absorbing pressure. Not really getting much up front or in that final third. Second, third, they're decent enough. They have that 3 in the middle. They look like they have an extra man. Brucey. No contact there, according to the ref. No meaningful contact. Had to be won by Akeem and he wins it. Here Andreas talking his team backwards. Demo plays a dangerous ball into the box. They're tough to deal with, to be honest, and it falls to Blue, and they could have done way, way better there, Loko. It fell to them nicely. It was on his left foot, Al. Or not Al, actually. And he's holding his head. He knows he could have done better. It is a difficult one. Demo put in a nice ball there. Defenders don't like dealing with those. Andreas, Barago, Simos looking for options. Tony and Pat are close together. It might come in this area. More in the middle. Time for Bruce, who gets a lucky touch and loses the second one. Justifiably so. That's the universe saying your first touch wasn't good enough. Tony gets a touch on it. Does break to Josh, however. Under half pressure from Loko. That falls to them. Jamal wins it. Comes off Blue, I believe. Blue throw. Again, Loko. Throw in here. It does make a difference. That's what they have. Set pieces. Al throws it. Gets right into the box and won firstly by Red onto a Blue head, then a second Blue head. Couldn't put it on target, but that's Loko's best chance of the game. No one has really put a foothold as regards clear chances yet. Brian, under pressure, plays it back to his keeper. Finds a Blue shirt in the middle. Butters puts sufficient pressure on to let Bruce come into play. Al links up with his centre backs. Good ball on the wing. Johnny gets up excellently and wins that, and wins it second time excellently as well. Al plays it back to Demo. Johnny is on fire with his head. That's all he has, really. Fantastic headers. Oh, we had an advantage to be played. Scotty from distance over the bar, and the Gorillas have hit a couple over the bar. It's really not a long distance. You keep it down, you follow in, see what crumbs come about. Loko possibly looking to play a long ball out from a kick out. We've got 6 forward, 6.5 of the Gorillas. Gaz gets up well, half wins it. Josh wins that ball. Demo looking for options. Possible handball and foul in there. Brian trying to win it for the Reds. Puts enough pressure on. They've got options on the left-hand side and it goes out there. Oh, keeper gave a shout and I think Brian gave a touch on it and he's absolutely roaring there, Brian. Should have been the keeper roaring, I think. He said it was a late call. Corner 2, Loko. See that flashing light down there again. Not fantastic when you're looking up into it. Good corner to the back post and Brian gets a touch on it and it will be a throw in, which is like a corner with Al. He will come across to take. No, he can throw it in towards the near post. Just then crowd the keeper. Good throw. Falls to Reds. 2 boots there and Al is shouting saying, Harry, I told you to react. Back to the keeper from Loko and Bruce is putting immense pressure on. Pat is up there with him and they might win that ball. No, Loko keep it in nicely. The time to turn. Gaz wins that ball, but it falls to Jamal, who takes a little bit of contact. We were playing on. Referee was in a good position there. Bruce's first touch was awful there. Referee taking his stance, saying, I've had way too much of you, number 6, and anything further would be 10 minutes in the sin bin, which is often a penalty that referees do dish out here that are harsh. I've received a couple myself. One for shaking my head, walking away. Requested not to have that referee again. Lovely touch by Pat onto Johnny. Got Gaz back in the middle, needs to play it quickly. Josh is just behind him. Johnny gets a touch on it. Akeem wins the rest of it. Bruce just gets a touch, and that's all he needed to do. Falls to Scotty. Can't link up though with Pat. And it is Loko on the break, looking for a foul and saying, come on ref, possibly looking for that foul, not a throw-in, but a throw-in is also good. And you've got Al. Thrown into the front post, falls, and Gaz just deals with it. Gorillas have had to deal with it there in a few scenarios as Swanee saves it from being a corner and to throw in on the far side to Loko, who are piling on a bit of pressure here with about 25 minutes gone in the first half. Nothing is ever won in the first half, we know that, but goals can count. Andreas looking to come. It's a dangerous situation for keepers. Good header. That was by Brian again. That's where you need your centre back to be, and he was. Nice header by the Loko centre back to Demo, who overhits it slightly and can't keep it in on the far side. Andreas, another one intercepted in the middle. Brian gets a touch that falls kindly to a red shirt. Scotty was looking to turn there. Akeem on the ball. Joshy Akeem. Nice ball into Pat. Pat would like to get it on his right foot. Comes back to Scotty, who hit it and it was blocked. Johnny takes a loose touch and loses it. Winger reckons he's got the speed on him and didn't in that scenario. He's trying to take him on as you'd expect from a winger. Good throw by Johnny and a touch by Pat onto Donny. They need to take control now. It's bouncing around far too much and you lose the ball when that occurs, but they've kept it now. Scotty takes a nice touch forward. Donny in a good position. Scotty's got an option. Gaz in the middle, uses Donny, tries to play a nutmeg. Gaz finally gets it in the middle. Plays a gorgeous ball into Pat. Has one with his left and keeper holds onto it nicely. Was close to his feet, but he got down quickly. There's a long ball. No contact on the ball and only on the player. Only a free kick in my eyes. Well won by Al. Nice play in the middle. Back to Al actually. Doesn't play a decent ball in for once. Everything else he has touched has been quality. Saw something I didn't see there. Gorillas trying to play it around a little bit, but under pressure straight away, as you would expect from Loko. Trying to link 1-2s between Gaz and Brian. It just needs to go, and it does go. Pat gets a good touch, and Bruce is on his bike. Any touch forward. We'll see Donny in there looking to hit it. Donny took a little too long, and the defenders got back and made a good block. That is a chance for the Gorillas though. Brucey got up well. occupied the two centre backs. Donny found himself free for a second. Gaz links up with Pat, who is dropping out nicely from his forward position tonight. We do have a corner for the Gorillas. It's time. You can hear it from Andreas. He wants them to score. They need to score. Butters puts it in. Second ball falls to Gaz, who's on it. Looks to hit it, but it was all shooting practice, and you can hear it from the balconies up there. It was I don't think it was from the Loko players, and that's what you'd expect, to be honest, when something like that happens. Bit of banter. Brucey, Donny actually putting on excellent pressure on Demo. Intercepted anyway, falls to Gaz. To Butters, who's gone into the middle. Nice ball out wide to Brucey. Back to Pat. Just over the bar. It was probably the best effort the Gorillas have had, linked up nicely. Not sure Pat was expecting it to come back to him, and it did. He hit it lower than most have, but it still went over the bar. Kick out for Loko. It's over the halfway. Won by a blue head. Had to be won by Brian, and did. Good touch in the middle by Scotty. Gaz is roaring for it on the left-hand side. Plays it down the right. Bruce looked offside, but he's got the advantage. Full back's done well on him, and it will be a corner for the Gorillas. Piling on a bit of pressure now. Here's Scotty saying, let's attack this one. Butters puts it in towards the back post. Falls to Gaz, who takes a heavier than usual touch, and it will be a throw-in for the Gorillas after that, cleared out by Blue. Johnny will take it now, and he's been known to have a long throw here, so we'll see where the guys get to. And you can Loko are aware of that as well, even though they've never seen him before. And Akeem gets a touch on it and just goes harmlessly out of play. It is a decent throw, and it is a weapon on this field. Johnny's telling them what to do. You know where it's going to come, just beyond the half. Straight into Jamal, who takes a nice touch, links up to number 10 off Blue. Gaz links up nicely. Kev just wins that for Loko. Finds his winger nicely with that header. He takes a good touch, and Swanee just takes it off his toe. Al had a man on, and it was a good pass in the middle, slightly high for their number 10. Gives a sorry boys in the middle. It was a tough pass to him, to be honest. Half an hour played, or just over. Johnny reckons everyone should be in the exact positions for a throw-in, and Scotty wasn't in that position. Number 10 is Jamal Bukabout, actually. Doesn't look like him, he looks like another player. (14) in front of us is Benjamin Fairfax. He's looked lively for the Light Blues. Throw in for Loko. Swanee takes a bit of contact in there, and I think the referee must have trained with the Dutch team that played in the World Cup in Brazil. Oh, good effort from Gaz, and it is a free out. You can hear the yeah from Loko. It's a good cross from Gaz. Bruce did everything to try and get his head on it. Scotty is telling Johnny to do a short one to feet. Falls to Donny. Plays it to Pat's feet, who takes contact from behind and will win a free kick. Advice from Scotty saying for Pat to have a shot here, and he is well able to connect with the ball. He's about 10 metres outside the box, but that's within his range. It's about 26 or 27 metres in total. Looking to curl it though, I thought he put his laces through it. Patrick Somerville hits it. Keeper holds on to it at the second attempt, and then again, from that distance, curling it is not going to be too forceful on the keeper's gloves. Wingers have impressed for Loko. They have 3 or 4 notable subs on the far side. Same with the Gorillas. Trying to break in. Nice play by Loko. Not in the end. They could have had an effort. They were trying to wind up, but they were under sufficient pressure by the players in red. Scotty trying to crawl a few spaces forward. Plays it to Dan in the middle. Plays a nice-ish ball to Brucey that Pat is closer to and gets a touch on it. Bruce, it's a penalty. He's taking contact and it is a penalty to the Gorillas. Excellent play to keep the ball in play by Donny, and will come a little bit closer. Did have to get a touch on it. Looked like he didn't react close enough, and it is a penalty to the Gorillas. Pat's going to take it. You can hear it from the balcony up above. They're not fans of the Gorillas, it looks like. Dubs. Possible Phoenix boys there. Pat having it. Yes, puts it in the bottom right, and the fans in the balcony got it wrong. They were against him to score it. He didn't go left. He went to the keeper's left, and it's 1-0 to the Gorillas. And this is a time, as I have mentioned previously, where teams are vulnerable. Minute after you've scored, and Donny isn't even back on side to work, and he's in an offside position still in my eyes. Al looking for a long ball, switches it nicely to the winger who's just stepped in off Bruce and can't give a quality ball at all. Scotty tries to find Pat, but it's intercepted, and every second ball is being intercepted here. Gorillas need to put their foot on it, and Butters can't do that, and Johnny comes in and plays it nicely to Donny. Back into the middle to Gaz, who had time. Johnny's got a man coming in and needed to go to Gaz a bit harder than that, who's battling and wins the ball excellently. Deflection falls nicely to the keeper for the Gorillas, Andreas, and that's about a minute of pressure. It is 2 minutes of vulnerability, however. Goes over halfway. Defender unchallenged wins that one, and Brian does the same on the far side. Plays it into Butters and can't link up with Bruce, who is on his bike on the far side. Swanee does brilliantly to win it. Plays it out wide to Dan. Back to Swanee, who was under pressure and lost the ball. And Loko were on the break here and getting bodies forward. Cross imminent from the left-hand side is blocked, and it will be another corner for Loko. That's within the 2 minutes of pressure. If Loko score here, it's proven a point. Andreas organising well for the Gorillas. Good ball that the keeper gets 2 fists to. Scotty is under pressure and yeah, he does win a free kick there. He was being held as he tried to clear it. Good strength by Scotty. That is 2 minutes now. The Gorillas just need to step it up and score another. I estimate probably about 5 or 6 minutes remaining in this first half. Brian to take. He's got Johnny out wide. Plays it to him. Might bounce before him, but he's got time. Bruce said to give him a run and got nowhere near him. Brian wins it. Plays it towards me. It's not too close to me. We've had to get a second ball. That one is in the construction site just behind us. Al throws it long again and nice touch. Donny trying to break under a lot of pressure. Still good strength by Donny, but good battling by Blue as well. Did excellently, the midfielder. Looks like Luis, the Brazilian who played 6-a-side with us. Gaz was adamant he definitely was. When we were watching the Gorilla B team beat this team with 10 men. They went down to 10 players after about 5 or 6 minutes. Carlos was sent off as usual. Back to Brian. Oh, did well to link up there with Gaz, and Scotty looks to play it through. Ball comes off Pat's chest and he was going away from goal and it was on his left foot and didn't get his knee over and it goes over the bar. Still 1-0 to the Gorillas. And here Andreas really barking out for the shape of the Gorillas to be in order before this goal kick is taken. Just over the yellow line again. Brian does well under a lot of pressure. He is usually a centre midfielder. He has played keeper as well in his first year with the Gorillas. We appreciate that as well. Any Gaelic footballer can be a goalkeeper, as you know. Butters looking for Donny. Donny takes a touch. Still Donny. Donny puts it away and it's 2-0 to the Reds. Good ball by Butters over the top and Donny chested it nicely away from the keeper and away from the goals and slotted it down low into the bottom of the All Onion bag. 2-0 to the Reds. Just before half time. This video will be available on Podge's Punditry. If you want your game commentated on and videoed, you can send an email to theirishcommentator@gmail.com. Loko. Again, 2 minutes of vulnerability. Gorillas need to press. Gorillas need to work here, are they? They're going probably at 50%. They're marking well enough at the back. And Johnny will win this header to Donny, who takes a nice touch, plays it back towards Johnny, who won't win it and will win the second one, however. And he almost puts it into that construction side as well. They will have a chance here just before half-time, the Blues. Long throw from Al and they're piling bodies forward. Good throw from Al. Oh, Akeem thought he was being fouled there and Gorillas do get to clear it in the end. Kept in nicely by the centre back who finds feet and it's still Loko on the attack. Gets to Swanee, you can hear the shout that he wants it down the line, Pat, and that's good enough and the Gorillas do get bodies out and Josh is not out actually, he's still talking to the referee there and the Gorillas have not gotten out at the back and Johnny just deflects that onto a midfielder for Loko. Will they have one chance? Swanee wins that, not taking a chance. Deflected and falls to Brian, who's under a lot of pressure and just needs to deal with it. Didn't and loses it. Comes to Swanee, who's under pressure and possible yellow card there. The referee will need to step in. That was from behind. Referee just trying to calm down the situation, and the Loko player stepping in going, what about the retaliation? I'm sure wasn't an awful lot. Doesn't give any cards again. Possibly sensible in that situation. Gaz on the ball. Speaking of sensible, plays it to Johnny. Pat looking inside, not an option now, and it goes to Donny on the left hand side. He'll try and skip in. He's got good skill. Under a lot of pressure. Links up with Pat. He's got Scotty outside him. Contact there, I heard it, not near the ball. Butters had a lot of time. He could have turned, plays it back to Brian, who plays it left to Donny, puts it into a dangerous position. Blues come out with it somewhat under a lot of pressure. They won't want to give a foul away here, but they do give away a throw. Substitute for Loko. Almost at half time here. 2-0 to the Gorillas. Al has been on every throw, left and right. Under pressure there, Donny turns. Oh, he takes contact, and Pat does turn and plays it to Gaz. Gaz does well to win it. Back to Donny, plays it again to Gaz, but can't link up, and it was read well by the centre back. That is half time, and it is 2-0 to the Gorillas. Again, this video is sponsored by Awake Water. You can purchase Awake Water at awakewater.earth, and if you use the code FUTSAL, you can get a free bottle on your first purchase. $15.50 for a bottle delivered to your door for free.